Wagwan, this is Lisa This is Lisa Legs. Welcome to another. Wagwan, this is Lisa Legs. All right, now that we have the sound check, we got to make sure we double down on the sound check on YouTube since I got caught up yesterday and released a whole love stream. A whole D Slam love stream was dropped yesterday without any audio on YouTube. Anyways, it taught me a lesson in detachment with the way I uploaded the new version. We'll talk about that later. One, this is Lisa Legs. Welcome to another D Slam Love Stream. Today we have a Mercury Day self love affirmations message to creatively strategize, loving adjustments needed to maximize micro and macro potential. That's deep because creatively strategizing, loving adjustments means that there's so much mindfulness and consideration going into the analysis of the dynamics of the togetherness. And you know what? That is literally creating the future that we want in our life, anchoring in the prime timeline, establishing foundations for our new paradigms, whether personal or collective, micro or macro. Let's get into the song of the day from Bujo Bantan, Destiny. The school of evil, we chose good. Why waste time on the most high? Ye sons of men. The rich man's way is in the city. Yeah. Destruction of the poor is his property. Lord, destruction of your soul is vanity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you hear? I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, I wanna rule my destiny. Whoa, whoa, destiny. Mama, look from where you falling. Destiny. Mama, look from where you falling. Yeah. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, yeah. Protect my peace. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, we love. I've been blessed, I've been touched. I know just so much that keep fighting me. I'm not giving up. Parents of fire, give my spiritual hope. Wisdom understanding must never be too much. Divine protection day and night. From evil the best healing, stop walking that daylight. Destiny. Mama, look from where you're falling. Destiny. Mama, look from where you're falling. Yeah. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah. Oh, if I please, I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, oh, that's the way the thoughts of us, Lord. You have them in the region, in the valley of decision. Restraining the events where I'm tired. You know not the destiny. I'm a next man, why hold him? Set him free for too long. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh yeah, we wanna rule my destiny. Here we come. Destiny, Mama, look from where you falling. Destiny, Mama, look from where you falling. Yeah. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, yeah, yeah, I please. I wanna rule my destiny. Yes, yes. Big up Bujo Bantan. We call it a big tune, Destiny Buju Bantan, as our song of the day for today's Mercury Day self-love message to creatively strategize, loving adjustments needed to maximize micro and macro potential. Big up Sally in the chat. Hi. What city are you anchoring love from? I'll shout you out. You know I love that. Let's get into these affirmations though. Right after this T tag message from the stash, you saw me grabbing that T tag message while we were listening to the song of the day, Destiny. I want to rule my destiny. What better way to rule your destiny than to creatively strategize, loving adjustments needed to maximize your potential? What adjustments do you need to make to the routines in your life? Lifestyle shifts. The T-Tag message says the principal ingredient of life is love. What self-love habits do you need to add to your life to make your destiny, the path, sweeter? Let's get into these affirmations from the Foundation Collection, aka Season 1 of the Morning Show. We have 5 affirmations that jumped out. We have being mindful 3.2, converse with clarity. To creatively strategize, loving adjustments needed. Conversing with clarity is a must when you're creatively strategizing for the collective, not just for yourself. Self love habits 1.2, I deserve the best, because what better way to adjust lovingly than to keep in mind that you deserve the best? Mental transmutation 4.1, identify what's inside. Manifestation 2.3, prepare to win. Manifestation 2.1, I nurture my confidence. Self love habits 3.1, I love the word no. At the bottom of the Resonation Collection, aka Season 2 of the Morning Show, we have Inner Child 3.6, I dance freely. With Inner Child 4.2, leave room for growth. Leave room for growth. You know, the fact that the resonation affirmations are only from one topic, inner child, it lends credence to the introspective nature of today's intention for the daily self-love affirmations message. This D-Slam love stream intention for us to have a Mercury Day self-love message to creatively strategize loving adjustments needed to maximize micro and macro potential. To maximize micro and macro potential means that you're thinking about the big picture, you're also thinking about right now. You're thinking about the whole collective and the individual potential. I dance freely, inner child 3.6, with inner child 4.2. Leave room for growth. When we dance freely, we're not being judgmental. When we leave room for growth, we're being compassionate. In this inner child affirmation type of way, I dance freely is not just allowing freedom without judgment. It's also celebration and an appreciation of whatever it is. Because when a child said, look at me, look at me, look at me, and then they bust this dance move that you just cannot fathom or comprehend, don't we show appreciation? Don't we express appreciation and fondness? So let's leave room for growth in that inner child type of way as we appreciate whatever the current situation is, knowing that we're growing. Manifestation 2.1, I nurture my confidence. Self love habits 1.2, the numbers flip. I deserve the best with I nurture my confidence. One way to nurture your confidence in that manifestation type of way is to give yourself the self love habits of knowing I deserve the best. Because giving yourself the best is nurturing your confidence. Knowing that I deserve the best and acting accordingly actually amplifies whatever it is you're manifesting, because you're nurturing. Being mindful 3.2, converse with clarity. With manifestation 2.3, prepare to win. What better way to prepare for the winning than to create a firm foundation built on clarity as we practice being mindful 3.2, converse with clarity. I love the word no, self-love habits 3.1. Because I deserve the best, I might have to be using the word no, especially if I wasn't giving myself the best this whole time. Mental transmutation 4.1, powerful affirmation. Identify what's inside. Speaking of mental transmutation, yesterday, mental transmutation 2.1, my thoughts rule my life, was present in the D slam, even though the affirmation itself didn't jump out, because I accidentally called that affirmation out, even though it wasn't here. So I went and looked it up, due diligence. identify what's inside mental transmutation 4.1. The way I do that due diligence is a way of practicing identify what's inside, because you're going to check out the prompt deep within, excavate, so you can identify what it was that inspired that, what it was that nudged that accidental speech. Because is anything an accident when it comes to synchronicity and when it comes to revealing self-awareness vibes? Prepare to win manifestation 2.3, inner child 3.6, I dance freely. I just feel like they go together for some reason, because one way to prepare to win is to just relax, let go, and let God. Allow yourself to admire the fruits of your labor so far. Leave room for growth while you admire, knowing that when you are aware that you're growing, you appreciate your growth even more, as opposed to nitpicking. So, as we creatively strategize loving adjustments needed to maximize micro and macro potential today, it's all about love. So we're gonna creatively strategize in a loving type of way. The adjustments that we're strategizing, adjustments to our habits, our routines, which affects our lifestyle. We're doing these lovingly so we can maximize our micro and macro potential accordingly. And now it's time for the bars. Yeah, we call this one Sacred Rage. Sacred Rage, Sacred Rage. The hot gal has come of age. Man, this place stinks. Let me light some sage. When I say this place stinks, it's because I look at the world around me and I am dumbfounded. I am confounded. What is this I see? The people them calling themselves demons, proud to be heathens. He man, a man. What is this that I see, man? As I come through, bigging up the Anchor Love crew. You know how we do. We exude gratitude every time we bust the place and give a taste. As you come through, there's no time to waste. Tell them change them ways. Man, they want this gears, this Care Bear steer to help them feel like they need to kneel. Huh. What does it even mean when I pop out clean? Just a gleam here to heal. Man, this is the way we flow. This is the way we grow. In that learn and grow transparently as I anchor love accordingly, recognizing as I navigate real quick that I forgot to put my laptop on the charger. And I hope that this YouTube, Clubhouse, TikTok simulcast last as long as it need to, so the messages can go out without a doubt and you recognize what I'm talking about. If you were listening on Clubhouse, we'll see when the replay comes through as I whether the interruptions that I see were affecting tangibly or whether they had a lag. You know how it is with tech. Tech is cool, but people are warm. That's why we all need to have a farm that we're connected to, whether we're doing it intentionally or one of a kind, one off, 2 times a week, just to take a peek at the potential that you could be living when the soil that you are tilling brings through the fruits of your labor and you bring them to the kitchen so you can savor how beautiful it really is when we live in harmony with nature and handle our biz. I mean, it is what it is. And as I was a little bit thrown off by the fact that my laptop died, man, if I wasn't freestyling and just doing the affirmations, I could have cried. But instead, I internally sighed. And then I decided to glide, slide on the beat, knowing that this right here, beat of the week, is only Mercury Day. Me love ramp up, me still non play. Though you know what me I say? I'll say it every day until you get it. And 10 toes on business, don't forget it. Do you need a translator? We could bring one in later. But right now, this toil, this soil needs to plow. And maybe if they paid attention, they would know how, when, who, what. Bigging up the Ankle Love crew. Man, these bars not no barsy, but I'm gonna still persevere. That's the beautiful part of me learning how to freestyle live right here. Because as long as the beat keeps going, I'm gonna keep on flowing. As I rep the Ankle Love crew, you know how we do. Exuding gratitude every time we come through with my hot girl flow, art of the lady. If you didn't know, that's why I wear my lace gloves every day. And all roads lead to art of healing in every way. Gratitude. Extra silly bars today.